Hello everybody, it is I, your favorite Pizza Android Arrowhead. I am back with more Ace Attorney Dual Destinies, Chapter 3... Yes, Chapter 3, alright, yeah. Turnabout Academy. There's a death at a school. Guess what references I'm going to make? Anyway, October 25th, 9:47 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 3. Alright. My butterflies have butterflies in their stomach. It's cannibalism, technically. So, what's it like to have your very own case for the first time? My heart hasn't raced this fast since I ran that full marathon last year. If it keeps up, you might get a lawyer's high. You know, like a runner's high. Relax, everyone's nervous their first time. Including Zeus over here. Or Atlas, or whatever he would be. He's got a globe.
So my fears weren't unfounded. After all, today's prosecutor is so terribly brutal. And willing to use any means necessary to win a conviction.
There's that the end justifies the means concept again.
Now that it has come to this, we have no choice but to fight fire with fire. The end justifies the means.
I disagree. I wish he'd stop saying that. That's your method, Professor. I'm going to defend Juniper in my own way. Hey, Zenith! Welcome back. The creepy statue of David is back. That's another way to describe him, yeah. How you doing?
But Miss Sykes, just yesterday you told me... Ziller, what is it that you treasure beyond all else?
Seeking justice. Okay, yeah. But is it really justice if you're doing weird stuff to get it? There's an idea.
But if this trial proceeds in the same manner and ends in the same way as the mock trial, would you not lose everything you've worked so hard to gain?
I think it would be good for advertise toothpaste or bad. His teeth seem actually incredible for what it's worth. Almost stone-like. Hey, Lovitz, welcome to the stream. How you doing? Yeah, I already said how you doing. I almost said it twice. My brain has redundancy errors, I guess is the way to put it. Anyway. Well, I'll just have to make sure that doesn't happen then, won't I?
My, but aren't you a stubborn one? Well, I suppose you'll have to learn of your own inefficiency the hard way. Oh, your own inefficacy the hard way.
Yeah, this guy's definitely the killer. Forgive me, Professor Means, but can we just leave it at that?
Oh dear, please forgive me. It's just, I wish to protect Juniper by any means I can.
Means and Master Eon definitely should trade beard tips. Honest, I don't know who Master Eon is, but yeah. No, it is an interesting beard at the very least. I like the way it curls like that. How you doing thing do you do so American? Yeah. Oh, yeah. I guess it's just a thing they do in a lot of restaurants here. I do too, but...
Now, if you would excuse me, I have to go turn someone into a toad.
Thanks to him, I'm feeling even more pressure than before. Don't let it get to you, Athena. And don't forget to keep smiling. He'll be fine, and I haven't forgotten what Mr. Wright said. The worst of times are when lawyers have to force their biggest smiles. The trial's about to begin. I'll show you to the courtroom if you please. Apollo, I'm counting you to support Athena this time. And the headmaster from oh, yeah, that guy. I remember Skylanders. That was a whole ass thing. I like Skylanders. Okay, Mr. Wright, leave it to me. That's right. I have Apollo to back me up. I think I generally hate to eat at a restaurant in America. I get that the work for tips are normally nice, but it generally feels fake to me. Well, I mean, to an extent, it kind of is, yeah. Where it's like, they do kind of have to do that if they want money, which truly, you know... That is a weird system, I think we can all agree, the tip system. Why not just have them be paid? Though I will say, as someone who's gone to restaurants where the work or the staff is just kind of rude in general, I think I'd be okay with fake kindness if it means that they don't spit in my food. Just gotta put that one out there. At some point you start realizing like, it could be worse. The more they left me alone. You know what? Understandable. I get that a lot. Yeah. Junie's fate rests in my hands. I won't rest until she walks free. Alright. Also, situation's very artificial. Yeah. October 25th, 10 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 4. Day 1. Court is now in session. All rise.
Court is now in session for the trial of Juniper Woods.
Athena Sykes, defense team leader, is ready, Your Honor. That didn't sound very confident. Sure you're okay? I'll be fine.
Your boldness. I know. As usual, you want me to deliver the opening statement.
Ow!
This case is crystal clear. I see no need to explicate it any further.
Like, I've been in several very rich restaurants, but put up with it strictly because the food was good and had really nice bakery stuff. I'm gonna be real. If I went to a place that had, like, really good... Actually, for true example, I went to a place where they constantly got my order completely wrong. But the food there was so good, I kind of just put up with it. Granted, I would never get anything that was, like, more expensive than, like, what I paid for, but at the same time, it was like, let's say, for example, you order, like, fish with no seasoning, and then they give you, like, really spicy fish. It's like, you know what? Not what I ordered. Pretty good, though, actually. So I was like, if the food's good enough, people are willing to put up with a lot of stuff, I think. But yeah, that's kind of my experience on that.
Now, summon the witness. Is there something the matter? Please do share your boldness.
Really mainly you say, here, no is a full sentence, and you don't have to people in the store and restaurants asking how my day is going. You know what? I kind of like that. Don't get me wrong, it's kind of nice in a way to, you know, at least have people be cordial, where it's like, oh, you know, how's your day? But, like, I'm not going to give a real answer. Even if I was having a terrible day, I'm not just going to be like, oh, well, you know, I got fired, my car got set on fire, my cat started speaking English and said that they hated me. I'm just going to say, like, it's fine. I'm never going to give a real answer on that. Like, regardless of how the day's going, even if it's going well, I'm not going to say much, you know? It's like, my goal is to get to the other part of the conversation. I'm not really much of a small talk guy, you know? When I decided to give me a double-sized order and accidentally imploded with enjoyment, yeah, there you go. Granted, I do, when I order something, I want to get what I ordered, but, like, yeah. Just give a real depressing answer. It's like, well, you know, my dog ate my homework, my wife, my children, my car. My dog is Clifford, by the way. He's big and he's red, and he's a dog. Just say a bunch of, like, really random bullshit. But yeah, no, I agree. It's, like, truly, like, I get the point is to be, like, polite and be like, oh, yeah, you know, you're asking how their day is, but like, who's actually gonna give a real answer on that, in all honesty?
Is there something the matter? Please do share your boldness. Well, my family's dead. No, I was being polite, Your Honor. Your boldness. Whatever gave you that idea? Bailiff, please call out our first witness. Or please call our first witness.
And now we don't even get an opening statement? Detective Fulbright. He and Prosecutor Blackwell have become quite the team. I hear they're getting married in the fall. Let's forget IHOP exists. We don't really have it over here, and it's not really portrayed often in media. Yeah, they call it the International House of Pancakes, but... is it? I guess, wait, no. International is within a country. Intranational is between... oh, actually, you know what? The name's accurate. That's fair.
Oh, right! The case brief! Leave it to me!
I do this voice kind of a lot. I should give the beard guy a different voice. Like Colonel Sanders or something. If someone in public asks me how I'm doing, my answers are like, I'm fine. Exactly, yeah. Or, well, I just realized I had heart cancer and 13 different terminal diseases. Just got dumped, too. Or it's like, you want to make it, like, as ridiculous as possible, where it's like, well, a plane fell out of the sky on my house today, but it's okay. It only killed 3 of my cars. Just make it silly. Or it's like I got a letter from Hogwarts, but an owl ate it.
Yes, let the detective in charge, everyone's favorite friend of justice, explain.
What was that just now? It's like he and Blackwell are totally in sync. Well, I don't think they're capable of mind melding, if that's what you're thinking.
All right, Detective Fulbright. Would you please explain the case to the court? Professor Court's body was discovered on October 24th at approximately 2:30 p.m. She was murdered with this all I have here. Some of the blood got on me. The victim's blood and the defendant's prints were both discovered on it.
All added to the court record. Ah! Eek! Court's autopsy report added to the court record. Delivered by Falcon. Wow, that bird can deliver evidence too? Blackwell has trained him well. An anvil dropped when I recently played Black SUV, but it was pretty nice since a hammer fell on my head too. Yeah, you know, Wile E. Coyote, you know, he strolled by and the entire neighborhood was just torn to pieces. And that Roadrunner is still moving.
Moving right along. The body was discovered on the outdoor stage, although no blood was found there. However, we detected traces of a massive amount of blood in the third floor art room. In short, the murder took place in the art room. So then, the body had been moved from the art room to the stage? Precisely! And there was one more piece of irrefutable evidence. A recording made by a tape recorder that school paper reporter hid in the art room. It captured a female voice screaming, "You're a goner!" Oh wait, goner. I barely know her. What's this? You have such a recording?
Yeah, that wasn't brought up in disclosure at all. Must be from the must be from that tape recorder Miriam mentioned. Oh yeah, she did, yeah. But why is this the first time we've heard of a death threat at the moment of the murder?
Shush! Silence, please! I would like to play the tape for you now. Unfortunately, because there's no voice acting in this game, we can't actually tell who's talking, so there's that. But it is a female voice at the very least. Well, there's voice acting during the cutscenes, but still.
You're a goner!
It is quite hard to hear.
But the voice does sound female. Tape recorder add to the court record.
The noise and low volume of the voice have made a voice print analysis all but impossible. Then you haven't identified the voice as belonging to the defendant? Not so fast! After all, voice print analysis isn't everything. The victim was killed at night, then discovered in the afternoon the next day. The question is, when was the body moved? Oh, I know! It could have been moved in the middle of the night when no one was around. Sorry, but no. The campus was full of students that morning, however, no one reported seeing a body. That means the body was moved sometime before the mock trial when all the students and faculty were gathered in the lecture hall and the rest of the campus was empty. It was during this time that Hugh O'Connor, one of the mock trial participants, found the body.
So the prosecution heard about Hugh seeing the body. Well, I imagine they do. They seem to know everything.
Wait one moment. If all the students and faculty were gathered in the lecture hall, then there wouldn't have been anyone who could have moved the body. Have no fear, for there is always an exception. An exception? The 3 mock trial participants were standing by in individual dressing rooms. They were the only ones who had free access to the deserted campus before the mock trial. What? Then that would mean... What would that mean? Those 3 students were the only ones who could have moved the body. In justice we trust!
I don't like where this is headed, Athena. Me neither.
And by those 3, I mean... Hugh O'Connor, Robin Newman, and Juniper Woods.
I want to see a character called Human that's just a dude who's so tired he looks like a zombie. Or it's like 3 raccoons in a trench coat, where it's just someone who's very obviously not a human, but they really just try to make you think it is. Please, Detective Fulbright, don't say what I think you're about to say.
In justice we trust! I think everyone understands it now. The voice believed to be that of the murderer was female. And out of the 3 people who could have moved the body, just 1 is a girl. That leaves the defendant Juniper Woods as the only possibility.
No! I gotta be honest, for some reason, the idea of like 3 raccoons in a trench coat or like 2 kids stacked on top of each other in a trench coat is like an adult. I don't know why, I think that's something that is always funny. Granted, it's not like a common thing, it's really just like a joke people have made like 50 years ago, but I don't know, I like that. I think it's funny. That or they're a spirit possessing a host like the first game. That is true, that is entirely possible. Yeah, that has been done a few times across the franchise. Impressive. He has you on the ropes even before any cross-examinations. Why am I smiling? You could at least pretend to be upset for me.
A splendid job, Fulbright. That could not be any clearer. Feel free to anticipate a salary raise next month. Ha ha ha! I don't do this for the money! It's all about justice!
This is in stark comparison to Edgeworth and Gumshoe, whereas Edgeworth would be like,
Gumshoe, I'm slashing your salary.
And Gumshoe would be like, oh, dang it, Mr. Edgeworth. And that would be this. This is like,
alright, Fulbright, you get a raise next month. Ha ha! In justice we trust!
Raccoons is always bound for a funny thing to happen. That is true, yeah. You ever see that one? It was like a Tumblr comic where, a raccoon was asking for eggs at a restaurant or something, and it was like, oh, and it was also trying to like pass off as a human. It was like 1 egg, and they're like, and they're like, 2 eggs, and the waiter's like, sure, that's a perfectly normal amount of eggs. And the raccoon was like, 3 eggs, and the waiter's like, Also stacking children like a fancy Jenga tower is an all-time classic gag. That is true. Look, I'm not gonna say that children getting hurt is funny when they fall over, but well, I mean... Anyway, I'm moving on. Before I say something that gets me, canceled, I guess. Yeah, let's move on.
Not only a half-wit, but a perennial stick in the mud you are.
Fulbright does seem like kind of fucker to be the type to deny a raise like a dumbass. Yeah, dude, the company does not like you that much. I guess it's more like the government. The government does not like you that much. People falling over is always funny regardless of age. Yeah. Yeah. Not gonna lie, it's usually pretty good. As long as no one dies or gets, like, seriously hurt, then it's kind of sad. But still, you know? I guess neither the carrot nor the stick works on Detective Fulbright.
I hate vegetables! Now, bailiff, please bring our next witness to the stand.
Oh, yeah, the one in the box. She's mint in the box. Never been opened.
So, our first witness is a cardboard box?
Snake, stop kidding around. Snake? Snake! Gak!
Stealth mode deactivated.
I'm not gonna lie, I completely forgot what voice I gave this character, so I'm just gonna do a Solid Snake impression. I wasn't amazed if Karen's gonna karma falling in the face. Or really just anyone, honestly, like... Really, like, anyone who's acting entitled on camera and getting something like, getting their comeuppance, that's just fun.
Oh my, the box has hands! Smile, Your Honor. What the dickens? I've just had my picture taken. Miriam Scuttlebutt, senior at the Legal Academy. I'm a reporter on the judge course. Juniper's been a bad, bad girl.
I'll tell you all about her crimes.
Might I ask whether you could come out of that box?
How will I get any more scoops if I blow my cover? Solid Snake voice is the exact option it went with last time, so you end up being consistent on accident. Honestly, it would be really funny if I had, like, a video where given the same prompt, I made a joke, and then a year later I revisit that prompt, not knowing what my answer was. I make the same joke, and I see how many years in a row I just make the exact same joke. You know what? For better or worse, I'm incredibly consistent as a channel. You like my style of comedy? It will always be the same style of comedy. It never changes. It is always the same jokes over and over again. I'm a sitcom that has run for 10 seasons at this point. There's no new content. It's the same stuff as always. It's basically just where I'm at right now. For better or worse. Probably worse, but for better or worse. How will I get any more scoops if I blow my cover? So, the answer is no. After all, covert action as an undercover reporter is bread and butter.
But testimony from a faceless witness is highly irregular.
Is it? Aren't there plenty of, like, you know, like assault and murder cases where they hide the face of the witness to give them some privacy so that way the murderer doesn't know who it was? I thought that was like a... Huh, I don't know. I thought that was just a normal thing. Anyway.
A former ninja I met in the clink said that exposing those who work in the shadows is to pass the death sentence upon them. Oh my, I had never thought of it that way. Very well, if it would spare a life, I'll make a special exception this time.
That's so great about you. You're a very high quality consistent gag character. Oh, thanks. I'm pretty sure that's a compliment. Yeah, thanks. Yeah. A former ninja in prison? Holy Shinto! Holy Shinto! How can the judge believe this load of crock? Holy Shinto! That's pretty good. I like that a lot. I might use that at some point. Ugh.
Now, your testimony, please. Oh, but take care not to reveal your face.
Also, just this side up on the wrong side of the box. Upside down. I don't know. I find that really funny as well. That's a pretty constant gag. When do you think you're going to lose viewers and jump the shark trying to keep the channel from dying like sitcoms? Honestly, I think I did that when I beat Sans. I think after that, just everything has been downhill from there. That was like a whole 6-stream event, and then I beat it off camera. And, yeah. I beat it off camera while practicing. I didn't want to try to do another attempt because I knew it just wouldn't go as well. So, yeah, here we are. I think the anonymous testimony is optional, right? I think so. Yeah, I mean, it's not like it's impossible that it could happen. I feel like the judge is weirder for being like, oh, well, that's weird that would happen. It's like, I mean, yeah, it's not like every time, but, you know, it's possible. Similarity of the case in the script. The murder happened exactly like Juniper's mock trial script. Up until the mock trial began, only Professor Court and Juniper knew the script's content. But Professor Court's sudden decision not to use the script sparked Juniper's murderous rage. Juniper has to be the killer. She has a motive and the murder is just like her script. I mean, since that's already an achievement. It was a whole thing, yeah, but it's, yeah, I think Sans is one of the best boss fights I've ever done, just by virtue of the fact that it was one that challenged me truly, and I look back on it fondly, even though it kicked my ass. That's a good boss fight, in my opinion.
The murder is just like her script? Would such a thing be true?
Compare her script with the murder case in crime scene photos. Then you'll see. You blew all your audience into suffering from success. Now you need to do another stream dedicated to running back against Sans' payment to Lady Luck. Yeah, it's like Rocky 2, where I'm just back doing the same fight, because it's like, oh, you know, the fans want to see more. You know, I won, but I didn't beat him. You know, that sort of thing.
This is so simple, even an ape posing as a decrepit old judge could understand. Only the victim and the defendant were privy to the script. Ergo, the defendant is the killer.
Or it was a suicide, and therefore the victim is the killer.
Perhaps. Furthermore, in the art room where the crime supposedly occurred, the witness's script, along with an envelope on which "use" was written, were found. This proves that the accused's script had been rejected the day before the mock trial. She pressed the victim to use her script, and an argument ensued, and then the fatal stabbing.
Gulp. That makes perfect sense. What now? Prosecutor Blackwell has all his ducks lined up in a row. He's really on a roll now. He's like a pit bull once it sinks its teeth into you. How dare she? My script had it all. A bum rap and phony evidence. Grudges and betrayals. There was even a musical segment.
I trust the defense is ready to cross-examine the witness?
Ooh. No problem. I mean, yes, I'm ready, I think. Time to find a hole in her testimony and unbox the truth. I've seen it done over and over. I know I can do this. I don't think this bot came in more use case than inconvenient thought expression. They do use it to do the, like, emotion sensing thing, but even then it's like, yeah, I don't know. I think it's kind of like a little, like, gag thing, functionally. Yeah, Trav, just like the trip. Actually, wait, hold on. Just so I can see it, what do we got evidence-wise? Okay, that was the arrow. It didn't kill her, though. This was the... her schedule. The victims, I mean. School paper with a malicious scoop on an alleged love triangle. That was the costume she was supposed to wear. Script written by Junie. Okay, yeah, hold on. Body found with a protruding arrow, found in the quad. Murder weapon was in all. The arrow was inserted as a ruse. The actual murder scene was the art room where traces of blood found on the floor. Body was dropped from the third floor art room to the maintenance area below. Mat was laid out cushioning the fall. Ball cart from the storehouse was used to move the body. Archery club's room has a good view of the quad. The body was moved to the quad to make look at the archery club and members shot the victim with an arrow. A lot of school festival funds get from the hardware store. If I borrow one from the archery club, it could give it away for part of the script's plot. Victim's outfit will be a red one from the prosecutor course. Okay, that's not entirely true. The victim's outfit wasn't red, it was... Hold on. Can I see this? Marks indicate wrists may have been bound, no other visible damage, but stab wound was very rough. You got a speech and a bot that can read emotions so useful, but no! Yeah, like imagine if Athena had a dead silent witness or culprit and you had to learn enough to say the thoughts of the person as if giving them a voice through understanding. That, honestly, I'm not entirely doubting that that will happen at some point. That feels like that's a setup as well, where, like, that feels likely. Okay, but do we have any pictures of the actual crime scene? Huh. Guess not. Let's see. 6 and 8 p.m. Lost from deep stab wound in the victim's side. I mean, it didn't, because her outfit was green, not red. Knew the script's content. Professor Quartz sudden decision not to use the script sparked Juniper's murderous rage. Juniper has to be the killer as the motive of the murder is just like her script. I don't agree with that. I don't have any evidence to disprove that. Can I disprove this? And by Junie, there's only one copy. Oh. Alright, I'll just press her. There must be places where the script in this case diverge. There are, actually. Cock! Don't sweat the details. That kind of stress will give you wrinkles. I don't have wrinkles. I'm not worried. My skin is as fair as silk. That's not good for you.
Objection.
Indeed, you are quite fair. Fairly desperate.
Objection.
What did you just say? That's not an actual objection. Black Quill really turned that one around on you. Yeah, Apollo, what are you doing here? You're not really helping much, for the most part. Whose side are you on? Hurry up and think of a clever comeback. Oh, easy there, Athena.
Now you listen to me. The two cases do indeed have their differences.
They do, yeah.
For one, the stage hadn't yet been erected in the mock trial script. And in the actual case, there were signs indicating the victim's wrists had been bound.
Exactly.
But such differences pale in comparison to the host of similarities. In any event, replicating the crime without knowledge of the script is an impossibility.
Looks like I won't be passing this off as a coincidence.
Sir. What a total burn. Try again, why don't you, Pawn of Woods?
Can I disprove this? Somebody could have stolen a peek beforehand.
Sir, I don't think so. I mean, I tried it a number of times.
Shame on you, Miriam.
But that crafty she-devil Juniper has eyes on the back of her head. What chance does your average person have if an undercover reporter like me failed?
In the name of fairness, I feel like any reasonable person, if they saw a box slowly approach them every time they didn't, like, turn around, or every time they didn't look, I feel like people would begin to suspect stuff, you know? Especially if it's the same box as someone you know what they look like, you know? Interesting point. Still. Miss Scuttlebutt, will you get in trouble later for admitting to such underhanded tactics?
Why, you? I plead entrapment.
How is it you blurting out your own crime entrapment? If it's a mock trial, it's usually fairly common to replicate... It's usually a fairly common replicable crime, right? I think usually, yeah, usually they're just based on a real crime, but in this case, the similarities being that they were stabbed with an awl specifically and then had an arrow placed in the wound to hide it is a little too suspicious to the point where it's like, okay, how did you know to do all that? Because that's like, I don't think it's a thing most people would just think of, you know? Now, it's not Juniper, and we know it's not Juniper because she was already in the future, like, free and innocent. But we don't know that right now.
Cock. But you haven't scooped me yet. They were all set to use Juniper's script.
I don't know how she can prove this. How do you know that Professor Court wasn't going to use her script?
There in the art room where the heinous crime took place, an envelope marked Hughes and Miriam Scuttlebutt's script were found. Evidently...
Wait, Miriam's script was found there?
Evidently, the script that was going to be used belonged to the girl in the box over there.
Sir. It's only natural that my script would be accepted and hers rejected. I introduced all sorts of brand new concepts, including bribery and fake evidence.
Why do I get the feeling both of those things are going to come into play right now?
It was a cutting edge script. It was a cutting edge script portraying a courtroom battle in the dark age of the law.
I can't help but feel Professor Court went out of her way to not use it.
But Juniper, she used some devious, underhanded tactics to get her script chosen. That's why her script and not my masterpiece were used in the mock trial.
I like how they also make the box look a little more wet and damp when she starts sweating. I don't know, it's a weird little detail, but it's fun.
How's that for an explanation?
If I saw a box moving at me like a weeping angel, you better pray that I don't have a lighter, because you're gonna become a freshly grilled stack of human. I would probably just go kick the box first, but like, yeah, that's a good point. Anyone who saw the mock trial could have recreated the crime. After they saw the mock trial, they could have easily staged the body just like the script.
Weary is the trial which pits Hawk against Canary.
Fuck, I almost mispronounced Canary. God damn it. What did you just say? If he's so weary, he should try to... My laughs are fucking terrible, good God. If he's so weary, he should try humping less. I bet that'd save some energy. This is no time for jokes, Apollo. He just called me a canary.
That bastard called me a canary!
Don't let him get to you. At least canaries pick up on things quickly, just like you.
I shan't repeat myself, so listen carefully, Sykes don't know.
More like Sykes don't know, am I right? Anyway,
you O'Connor discovered the body before the mock trial even began. How could one stage the body as it is in the script before anyone knew its contents?
That's right.
Do you even fathom the intricacies that go into staging a crime scene? No, I think not. You have the rudimentary mind of an elementary school child.
Elementary school?
Reporter's testimony throws attorney Athena Sykes for the loop. The perfect caption.
I don't want to be gambling with a solid snake wannabe, and I have pretty heavy legs, and I trust my way to hide a burned body over attacking a stalker in court, even if admittedly incriminating. I guess fair, but like, where would you hide a burnt body? Just out of curiosity. A swamp? I mean, alligators will eat it. Pigs will eat it. I guess.
How marvelous! A photo in the newspaper is just the thing to boost your brand.
How would that be a boost? In a school paper? Seriously?
I believe you pressed the witness more than enough, Miss Sykes.
Okay, so this is one of those where I was supposed to just press her until I win. Okay.
Now do you see how clear-cut my case is? Take it now and take it now, and in that fair, desperate mind of yours, etch it deep so you may never forget.
No! No! Even my arguments get thrown back in my face. It wasn't supposed to be like this. What am I going to do? Athena, you should just have about all the... you should just about have all the answers you've been looking for now. Huh? Think about it this way. If the killer knew the details of the mock trial, would they really commit the crime in the exact same way? I don't follow. Well, think about it, like, if they knew that it would get compared to that, especially she did, why would she do something that would incriminate herself like that? There's a question. Try to place yourself in the killer's shoes. I bet you'll discover an inconsistency if you do. Ah! I get it! Thanks, Apollo! How'd you even make it in the courtroom without getting your box taken? Do you need don't you need to be identifiable in the courthouse? There was a guy earlier in the game who went in with a bomb. I think you can just kind of get in with whatever you want, to an extent. Miss Scuttlebutt, just so we're clear, you're claiming that the killer intentionally made the crime scene look just as it was in the script. And that it is beyond the shadow of a doubt, not a coincidence. Is that correct?
No, duh. After all, it's just more evidence of Juniper's evil she-devil ways. Cock. What did I say? What did I say?
Our client made the crime scene look just like the script, something known only to her? That would be not just foolhardy, but completely irrational. Especially with how many bombings happening in courthouse, you wouldn't want to take that risk for the 4th time this month. And also, the worst part is, the courthouse was bombed a few days prior. They postponed the trial because of it. They happen to have no wait, I'm thinking of something else actually. But either way, like there was a bombing a few days prior. They shouldn't have just let the guy in with the bomb. What do you mean?
Yes, Miss Sykes, please tell this court what you mean by irrational.
It wouldn't make any sense for Junie to mimic her own script on purpose because it would make her the culprit. I think. The murder scene was the same as it was in the mock trial script. That in and of itself is irrational.
Cock! What's wrong with them being the same?
Yes, Miss Sykes, care to explain what you mean?
Okay, let's say for argument's sake that Miss Woods is the killer. If so, then what reason would she have to intentionally make the actual murder mimic her own script? That's easy. She was admitting that she was the... Even if it was a test bomb, better to be safe since someone rigged a teddy bear to blow. Exactly, yeah. That's right. If she had really done that, it would have been like proclaiming to the world that she was the killer. So what we actually have here is evidence of someone trying to frame our client. Cock. The body was found the day of the mock trial. In short, the day the details were revealed. So it would be completely inconceivable for the murder to go exactly like the script.
Cock! Don't let it go to your head just yet.
It would seem Justice Dono's comrade in arms has finally drawn her sword. However, the blade is dull, and it shall remain so until you master its use.
Enough with the stupid sword metaphors already.
There is a perfectly good reason for the inconsistency of which you speak.
Reason? What reason?
Must I spell out everything? Huh. You are what people today call high maintenance. The accused had intended to stop the mock trial, and in that event, nary a soul would have been the wiser to the similarities of the case and the script. Nary a soul would have been wiser to the similarities of the case and the script. I just sneezed a little bit.
And I burped. Oh, god damn it, I'm just falling apart. Okay. Ignore everything that just happened in the last minute or so. Alright. No! The mock trial was only stopped after the body was accidentally discovered.
Our witness here had also discovered the body. In fact, she was led to our dearly departed professor by the accused herself.
What? Miss Scuttlebutt saw the body too?
Precisely. And with the discovery of the body, the mock trial ought to have been cancelled.
Wait, so you didn't call the police? You know, in Scandinavian, Viking time or whatever, if you passed 3 houses without seeing a body, it was supposed to be like evil or something. At least that's what I saw on a TV show. So, hey, she might have committed a Viking crime.
Nope. I kept it secret for my big scoop.
You can't do that.
I made her pay long and hard penance for her sin. Did I not, my little box top?
What kind of penance?
Cock!
Please don't say cock when talking about a long and hard penance.
Compared to the work of a war correspondent, the sheer terror of that was... Arg!
Jeez, I wonder what the Twisted Samurai did to her. Block off all holes in her box? And spin her like a top while Detective Fulbright cackled in delight? That sounds more nauseating than scary.
Enough jabbering. Witness, continue your testimony.
Sure, Mr. Samurai, but Sure, Mr. Samurai, I'm ready to finish off that she-devil.
What Scuttlebutt saw.
I snuck into Juniper's dressing room while everyone was in the lecture hall. Juniper had changed into her stage costume. I asked her, "What are you doing?" When suddenly she fled into the hallway as if she wanted me to follow her. I followed her all the way to Professor Quartz's body. She led me right to it. I'm positive it was Juniper because she was wearing the costume that she had made.
Or was it someone else wearing the costume? Why did you withhold such key testimony?
Cock! What's that supposed to mean?
Athena, you haven't even started your cross-examination. I know, but her testimony points to her as being a potential suspect. Well, I don't think Prosecutor Blackquill is... No, wait. I bet he's already thought of that. The witness left the lecture hall to sneak into Miss Woods' room before the mock trial. That means she, too, could have moved the victim's body.
Cock!
The prosecution's claim no longer has any ground to stand on. Help!
No need to ruffle your own... No need to ruffle your own feathers, so... When you squeak like a little brat, it agitates Taka. Do you want him to peck your eyes out?
No, thanks.
You listen here. The witness has a perfectly good alibi.
Oh, yeah, I do. Around the estimated time of death.
I was at undercover reporter class. It's right near my home. Undercover reporter class? I mean, there probably is a class in that.
The proverbial rug has been pulled from under you. The witness could not be the killer. The defense must look before leaping, or at least make sure the rug's secured to the floor. Try using tape. Or nails, perhaps.
I tried to warn you. Oh.
Well, there ends the cross-examination. Let's allow the witness to step down.
Huh? No, wait a minute.
The defense has no right to cross-examine the witness after that little spectacle. But whatever a man is showing, this he will also reap.
Why can't he say you reap what you sow?
Very well. If the cross-examination is over, I suppose the witness may go home. Perhaps spend some time in her lovely box and recover from today's stressful events.
Sir, don't you worry about me, Your Honor. There's no rest for the wicked. Or journalists either. My third eye's always eyeing a scoop.
She's always eyeing a scoop?
Sir. Well, back to the trenches. Bye-bye.
Hold it!
Not so fast, Miss Scuttlebutt. Apollo? There's just one thing I'd like to ask. Did you take a picture of the victim's body? And if not, why not?
No, I didn't take one.
Well, that's strange. Why wouldn't you take a picture if you're always eyeing a scoop?
Cock!
Did you or didn't you really see the victim's body? Ooh. Gotta say, harder to keep that voice up for a while than I thought.
Cock. It's not like I, actually saw it, but...
What the devil?
Did you hear that, Your Honor? The witness didn't actually see the body. That completely overturns the prosecution's claim that the witness was led to it.
Justice Dono, you dare bear steel at me again?
Sa. Nice try, Boy Wonder. I guess he is kind of like Robin in a way. Anyway, so what if I didn't see the body? The fact remains that Juniper led me here. Feast your eyes on this. What exactly am I looking at here? Sa. It's a crucial moment forever frozen in time by my third eye. A photo clearly showing Juniper Woods. Cock!
Why did you not tell me of this?
Sa. It's a shocking scoop I was saving for just the right moment. And that would be now, right? Right here in court. That would be now, right here in court. Surprise! Sa. Cock! What did I do? What did I do? All journalists keep their scoop secret until the right moment. She's pretty brave hiding it from Blackwell like that. Or pretty stupid. Well, this is an unexpected turn. Athena, about this picture. See how it only shows the back of the subject? Ah, so then... Right. Who knows whether this photo shows Juniper in the first place?
Objection! A completely irrelevant point. What is relevant here is... there was someone who did try to lead the witness to the body. Take a gander at this. The route by which the accused escaped. The witness pursued the accused this way after she fled the dressing room. The accused descended to the first... The accused descended to the first floor and The accused descended to the first floor and exited to the quad. Then what, Carton Cretin?
Then I... tripped and fell. Caught my knee in my own box. She stayed under her box even while running after someone? That's difficult.
Recall that the body was already there, for Hugh O'Connor had already seen it. She was trying to show someone the body because she wanted to stop the mock trial.
But if the facts have changed, that's all the more reason to cross-examine the witness.
The defense has a point there. Very well, you may proceed with your cross-examination. It seems Justice Dono has saved your pretty little hide, Missy. For now, at least.
Oh, guess I pulled that off somehow. Thanks, Apollo. You're a lifesaver.
Incidentally, my compliments to the witness for her very fine box.
It just sounds weird to say that out of context, you know? It's primo cardboard, lovingly selected from among many. Cock!
Tell another lie or hide another fact from me, and I shall put it to the torch.
Cock! Cock! Please, anything but that.
I think it would be more eco-friendly to recycle it, but that's just me. All right, Miss Sykes, you may cross-examine the witness.
Okay, so snuck into the room while everyone was in the lecture hall. Changed into her stage costume, I asked her, what are you doing? Suddenly she fled into the hallway as if she wanted me to follow her. Hold on. Stop that, stick drift. Stop that! Paint inside a costume with fluorescent paint, leave time to dry. Constellations on the outside make small holes in the pattern. The dark paint will shine through the holes, bringing the constellations to life. I don't think this is her. Why would she change into that costume? The mock trial was about to begin.
How should I know? But if you don't believe me, take a look at this photo. I captured this critical moment like the gonzo journalistic pro that I am.
But this only shows the back of whoever was fleeing.
You expect me to shoot her face when she's running away from me?
I would like you to. I guess you're right, but this doesn't seem to be getting me anywhere.
At any rate, this photo shows, Juniper was in her stage costume.
Yeah, okay, it was that simple, huh? Alright. Miss Scuttlebutt's sole basis for identifying our client as the figure in this photo is the fact that it shows someone in Miss Woods' stage costume.
Well, it is Juniper's costumes. That must be Juniper in it. It's clear cut.
No, that's where you're completely mistaken.
What?
This is a design drawing of our client's stage costume.
Oh my, what a wonderful creation! The constellations the constellations are extraordinary.
I'm glad you noticed, because those stars are precisely what's important here. In the drawing, there are constellations all over the outside of the costume. But there's not a single star in the costume in the photo.
Oh, then that means, what exactly?
Your Honor, there were no other blue costumes at the scene, which leads me to believe that the figure in the photo is wearing our client's costume inside out.
But why would Miss Woods make a mistake like that?
Well, it's not really a matter of why, but rather who made the mistake of putting it on inside out.
Cock. Wait, you're not suggesting...
That's right. I'm glad you're catching on. The costumes designer wouldn't put her own costume on inside out.
Cock!
Sorry, Miss Scuttlebutt, but doesn't believing you had a scoop when you really didn't make you a failure as a reporter?
A failure as a reporter? Cock.
Oh, there she is. Why, hello, Miss Scuttlebutt. So nice to meet the woman beneath the box.
Cock. You didn't see nothing.
Objection!
Now I would have you stop right there, Sykestono. For it is the why of the matter upon which I would have this court focus. What do you mean? Miss Juniper Woods. Yes? What were you doing on the morning of the mock trial? I was in my dressing room, painting my costume in fluorescent paint. Fluorescent paint? Yeah, that's what the whole thing said. You brought that up. Kinda. My design drawing shows twinkling stars in the costume. Cough. I was going to make the costume shimmer like that by painting the inside fluorescent.
What was that again? Fluoride? Did your costume have cavities?
Not fluoride. Fluorescent isn't glowing. The paint would make it glow in the dark. Cough. Yes, so you applied that to the inside of the costume. And then I let it dry for a while because I had heard it takes a long time.
So I put the costume on my mannequin inside out.
Inside out? So then...
This is a photograph of the inside-out costume taken in the dark. As you can see, there was a heavy layer of paint over the entire inside surface. If someone were to properly don this costume in this state, the wet paint would get all over their body. Why, yes, I believe it would. Indeed. Ergo, the costume was worn that way because it was, not by anyone's mistake, but because this was the way it was on the mannequin, inside out.
Gah!
Glowing costume paint added to the court record.
Figures he'd have a photo. Did we just fall into his trap?
Yeah, I bet Blackwell had it all planned out.
Still, I think you should give this photo a nice long look. Oh, please tell me you found something that doesn't add up?
Well, the handprints for one.
Check out the chest area. It kind of looks like handprints to me. Hey, you're right! But Junie would know better than to touch it while the paint was still wet.
Objection! I believe the term to describe your thought process is wishful thinking. After all, if master painters make mistakes, why not a rank amateur such as the accused?
So, basically, you're saying my claim requires evidence to back it up?
Evidence? That shouldn't be a problem, right? After all, you've come this far.
Just because I've come this far doesn't mean I've thought everything through, though. What? You mean you've just been bluffing?
Well, yeah, that's how Phoenix does things.
What did you expect me to do? I'm sick of losing to this guy. But you're right. There's only one thing left to do at this point. And that's to present some evidence. Pronto!
A showdown, is it? I gladly accept.
The fluorescent paint must have stuck to the hands of whoever touched the costume. And that paint should glow in dark places. So I just need to carefully check every last piece of evidence.
Do I have something that shows that? Let's see. Let's see. Shouldn't we be able to tell whose hands were like that by glowing in the dark? This one? Nope.
Objection!
Yeah, he didn't like that. Okay.
Stuck to the hands of whoever touched the costume. And that paint should glow in dark places, so I just need to carefully check every last piece of evidence.
Glows in dark places, but... Such as... I mean, that I can't even see. This is... Oh! There you go.
Take that!
A school newspaper?
Yeah, I should have wondered why his hands were glowing.
Interesting.
Take a look at the photo where the lights are dimmed and the spotlight is on Miss Woods. Observe Mr. Newman's hands in that photo as he stands at the prosecutor's bench. As you can see, it's glowing, just like Miss Woods' fluorescent paint.
It is glowing. Quite brightly, I might add.
But why would he put fluorescent paint on his hands for the mock trial, you may ask? The answer is he wouldn't. Not on purpose. It got there when he put the costume on.
Oh? I mean, oh! That means... What again?
Oh my god, it means he put on the cloak! Or touched it, at least.
It means the figure photographed in the costume was not our client Juniper Woods. It was her classmate, Robin Newman.
What?
I think you were actually able to prove that. Well, you never know what's going to happen next. That's the thrill of the courtroom. So then... Does that mean that Robin is our man? Well, that's certainly how it looks.
Very well. Robin Newman it is.
Newman.
He's here in the gallery, I trust. Show yourself. I challenge you to a duel.
Alright, I hate to cut things short, but I probably do have to go right around now anyway, just because I've unfortunately got some stuff I gotta go do. But ladies and gentlemen, I've been Airhead, your favorite VTuber Android. My next stream is sometime this week. Keep an eye out for my schedule tomorrow. Have a lovely morning, day, or evening. Remember to like, comment, subscribe if you enjoyed, and goodbye for now.